Welcome back to the channel, you guys. My name's Russell, and I'm super excited to talk to you today about why I've never chosen to work a 9-to-5 job. If you guys haven't already, subscribe below. Hit that like button for me. It just helps the YouTube algorithm out, helps my video get found by more of an audience. From the very beginning, when I started first working out of high school, my first job, I laid asphalt with my brother. We poured asphalt, we graded dirt, moved dirt, and that was a super early morning job. It was a construction job. I was working normally around 5 a.m., leaving the house around 4:30, maybe 5. And we would work all morning. But with us working early in the morning, I was done early in the afternoon, normally around 1 or 2 o'clock. Sometimes it would run later into the day, but most of the time I was done early in the afternoon. And that always gave me all afternoon to do whatever I wanted. And I loved it. I really enjoyed that. I had gotten up early in the morning basically all throughout high school for different sports. So getting up early in the morning wasn't something that bothered me. It did give me that whole afternoon to be able to do whatever I want, like wakeboard or hang out with friends, all different sorts and types of things. But now, if I have a job that I can work early in the morning, I can go work more in the afternoon. If I want to get more money, earn more money, I can find another job easy that I can work in the afternoon. So that's why I still would prefer to get things done in the morning, to get them out of the way in the morning and move on and be able to have my afternoons open. Some people don't like getting up in the morning, and I totally understand that and totally can sympathize with that. Although when you do get up in the morning, you're able to be more productive with that time. If you're a person who gets up late and stays up late, really late into the night, like 2 a.m. type of thing, 2, 3 a.m., there's just not many opportunities that late in the night to be doing something productive or worthwhile that you can be making money or whatever. Whereas waking up in the morning, you can knock out a few of your top list items and then move on and do your other items that you need to get done and work through. Another reason why I have chosen not to work a 9-to-5 job is because working late in the afternoon is also a great opportunity. If I have a job that pays me a consistent wage late in the afternoon, that gives me all morning to do another job that I love, that I am passionate about, that I want to try and succeed in, right? And me being more of a morning person, I think that's good for me, and it's good to have that morning to get that out of the way and to do the things that I love and want to do. For example, I worked for a company that took care of people with disabilities, and most of that was in the afternoon. Most of the individuals that I took care of had school or some other type of program that they would go to during the day, and then in the afternoon, I would go take care of them, help them, do shopping with them, whatever they needed to get done. But that left me all morning to do whatever I needed to get done. At the time, I was in school, actually. I was in college. And so it gave me time to do all my classes, get all my work out of the way for school, and to move on and go on with my day. It was perfect for the timing as far as school and work-life balance. But now if I were to have a job late in the afternoon, it would still be great. I would still be able to pursue YouTube, pursue real estate if I wanted, or real estate investing, or pretty much whatever you want to do on your own in the morning. And it gives me several hours in the morning to do so. That is a huge plus of having a job late in the afternoon, is that you do have that morning where if you're a morning person, you have that time that is your peak time to do the stuff that matters most to you. For a short time, I worked a sales job. My sales job, again, wasn't 9-to-5. It was actually pretty flexible as far as the hours that I needed to work. It was nice to have that sales job because it wasn't so much anymore go to work and you get paid this much an hour and this much an hour and this much an hour. It was no, go to work, do your best, work your hardest, and you're going to get paid this much or this much based off of commissions, right? And that was enjoyable for me. And again, it wasn't 9 to 5. It was hours that fit into my schedule that I selected with my manager. And that was helpful for that time. And given I didn't work that sales job long, I didn't find it that enjoyable, honestly. If you guys have heard my dog snoring, she's just over there on that chair, snoring away. Also, if you hear her walking around, she's walking around over there. Daisy, come here. Come here. Here's my puppy. Say hi, Daisy. She's feeling very camera shy. Come on. Now she doesn't want to go away. She wants to be in the video. The next job I took in life was that I was working with individuals with disabilities. When I took that job, I had worked my way up through this company that I started working for back when I was working afternoons and going to school in the morning. And at this point, I got into their upper management, and I was helping manage half their company at that point. It wasn't a true 9 to 5 job. I never sat at a desk for more than an hour or two. And I never had to be at work at 9 or had to clock out at 5. For better or for worse, right? Sometimes I would go to work super early in the morning and get off early. Sometimes I go to work later in the afternoon and get off later. It totally depended on the tasks that I needed to get done and the things that needed to happen. I was working for somebody else, so again, the disadvantage there was that I was getting paid so much of a salary to complete these tasks, and luckily I'm pretty efficient and I could get most of those tasks done. That allowed me to have a lot of time, A, with my family, and B, I actually kept doing a little bit of school on the side. I enjoyed that job, not having to be at work at 9 and come home at 5. If I wanted to do a day activity with my family and go do something, I could take off so many hours or even the whole day, and every other day that week work a couple more hours each day in order to fill my 40 hours that week or 50 hours that week. And not even so much fill 40 or 50 hours, but just complete the tasks that I needed to complete. So if you can have a job where you have flexible hours, another great option to avoid that 9 to 5. I just hate the 9 to 5, the rigidness of it, that you have to show up to work at this time, and if you're 15 minutes late, you're gonna get a write up or whatever. You should be comfortable where you're working. You should feel comfortable having flexibility in your schedule. For example, another wonderful job, my brother works for a cell tower company. They lease out cell towers. And my brother has tons of flexibility in his schedule. My other brother owns a landscaping company. He has 100% flexibility. And the next step in life that I took is I became a real estate agent. By becoming a real estate agent, I thought that I was freeing myself and becoming the ideal self-employed person, right? With minimum to low risk, I guess, because there's not a huge financial jump that you have to make in real estate in order to get in. I mean, with everything included here in the state of Utah, you're a few $1,000s to start real estate, and then to actually learn it, obviously, as I mentioned in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. I'll link it in the description below. But in the other video, I talked about how in real estate, there's that huge barrier of entry of just learning. What I soon realized in real estate was that if you wanted to be extremely successful at real estate, it was a lot of hours. I mean, you had to put in a lot of hours. Let's be real. You often would be to work before 9 a.m. to be able to respond to emails, get back to people, get things rolling. And then you would often stay late or work into the evening because you're doing showings, you're helping people with contracts and whatnot, and seeing houses that they want to look at, or maybe you're doing an open house over the weekend. So there's a lot of times when you're working not such fun hours in real estate, and that's why I've chosen not to do a ton of my time in real estate. Recently, I started my own company. Starting your own company can be a huge risk, can be extremely scary. but it can also pay off huge dividends in the end. Referring back to working 9 to 5, when you start your own company, you're really never on or off from work. It's more like the day you start your company, you're is when you clock in, and the day you either sell or close your company is the day you clock out. Um, it's always in the back of your mind. There's always something to do. There's always something that can be happening within your own company, no matter how big or small it is. I don't even run a large company. My company, it only grosses like a little over $100,000 a year, and I could be doing something all the time almost. But I choose not to, and I choose not to stress myself out that much about it, which can be good and bad. I am a little bit of a procrastinator with it. My point in that is that owning your own company, you don't have to work 9 to 5, but you're kind of always working. But you can also, I mean, you can take off time whenever you want when you own your own company. You're your own boss. You don't have to be told when you need to get into work, when you are going home, whatever, when you can take lunch, when you can take breaks. You can do all that on your own time. And I have loved that. I'm a pretty good self-starter, I would say so. And if I choose to, I can get myself going really well. I can also procrastinate forever, and I'm really good at that if I want to be. But you just have to make the decision. If you're going to own your own company, you have to be on top of things, and you have to be a self-starter, and you got to do things. For me personally, I am more of a morning person. I really prefer working in the morning. If I can get up and get going and get my list going early in the morning, I can carry that momentum for most of the day and get a lot of things done. And the contrary is true as well. If I get up in the morning and I procrastinate and I put things off and I wait around and I don't do as much, I'm going to not have a productive day, and that carries on throughout the day until the evening. For some reason, late in the evening, I get a second wind and I can do a million things late in the evening. But I prefer to get it done in the morning and not have to be able to do that in the afternoon. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button for me, please. It really helps the algorithm. It helps more people find the channel, more people find this video, and I really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe below. I plan on posting a video at least once a week. That's it for today, guys.